Elon Musk has outdone himself once again. SpaceX officially launched its new Raptor engine. That's what we call a knockout. Welcome back to our channel, guys. Today, we will be talking about SpaceX's new Raptor engine and how it is set on course to revolutionize space exploration, and how it's leagues ahead of major players in the marketing, including giants like NASA. Moreover, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for regular updates on Musk, tech, and modern innovation. Elon recently announced that he will be paying $11 billion in taxes this year. Oh my! Imagine the income. We are better off not going there, but Elon definitely has had a busy year. Recently, he had also promoted Starlink's internet connection in response to a user mocking airplane Wi-Fi. We see the laughing emojis, Elon. This time, we'll be talking about SpaceX and its smashing success in engine manufacturing. Elon had even shared a small video talking about Raptor 1 and the new Raptor 2 engines on his Twitter account. So, what is the Raptor 1 engine? And more recently, the newer model, Raptor 2? Those words may seem just as foreign as anything to you right now, but stick around as we unravel a history of SpaceX's ambitious venture and what part these engines play. A love child of Elon's conceived to make Mars colonization a reality, a personal and lifelong dream. SpaceX has since then delved into other ventures that help support Elon's other businesses. For example, SpaceX manufactured rockets that shot satellites that can power their Starlink Wi-Fi, a true definition of family businesses. SpaceX's original dream is, however, still on track. A dream as enormous as Mars colonization requires powerful technology and the capital to back it. Thankfully, SpaceX lacks in neither. To give you a very brief idea of what the hype was about, let's talk about space rockets and how they fly into space. No doubt you are aware that something that has to propel something as heavy as a rocket into space needs to be rather huge and powerful, with the ability to keep going on until they reach their destination. That's where SpaceX's Raptor engines come in. They are the ones responsible for flying rockets into space that enable them to achieve other goals. The Raptor engines are cutting edge in the efficiency and optimization of their fuel consumption. The engine is powered by methalox, cryogenic liquid methane, and liquid oxygen, instead of kerolox, refined petroleum-1 and liquid oxygen. Now this is an important and significant development that is sure to shape the future of rockets sent into space. A methalox, methane, and liquid oxygen combined, and it is proven to be 5% more effective at performance than a traditional concoction of petroleum and liquid oxygen. Efficiency like this means savings, making space travel far cheaper and more accessible for a wide number of rockets sent out of Earth's orbit. A means to achieve Elon's goal of Mars colonization. One major downside of swapping to methalox is a significantly higher initial cost for the launch facilities, as they'll need expensive new equipment to be able to support methane-fueled rockets. Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX, mentions that point in an email sent to employees after Thanksgiving, telling them that the company will be risking bankruptcy if this problem wasn't addressed and rectified. Recent players like SpaceX and Blue Origin are tirelessly trying and succeeding. Blue Origin's mission last year was a huge success, with the company focusing and planning more such tours in 2022 to shepherd humankind into a new age, something that might prompt the field to adapt and change faster than behemoths like NASA ever could. NASA is still probably ages behind Blue Origin and game changers like SpaceX, but no less important. Mars is the closest planet to us in the solar system, so naturally, it is the object of interest to humans. But let's talk about science and specifically, what it takes to get us there. When a rocket is launched, the engine that powers it is shut down. Perhaps the worst fate befalls the accompanying boosters as they separate from the main ship and fall back to Earth in the Atlantic Ocean, where they are often recovered and refurbished so that their materials can be recycled. Now the challenge in front of us is this: how to make engines powerful enough that it doesn't need boosters. Some shuttles require as much as 6 additional booster engines, costing a hefty price of $1 million each, and are powerful enough on their own to fly up. And secondly, more important, when put in alignment with our goals, how to make engines so that they are not discarded after every mission, but rather just give them a hose down and get them on a launching pad to take the next shuttle into space. The second challenge is more talked about because space travel as of now remains a billionaire sport. If Elon Musk plans to make it accessible to the public in near future, he would need to cut down costs incurred on every mission or request funding from other sources. Doubtful that it would be a successful venture given such a task would probably disturb economic conditions of nations, plural. So, the only viable option is to cut down the costs on such missions. And according to Musk, reusing rockets could bring launch costs down to $90 million. So, it's not surprising that the two companies pushing the boundaries of reusability of rockets are also both developing methane rocket engines, SpaceX's Raptor and Blue Origin's B4. What we are expecting of Raptor engines is they need to function like a car engine that you can start and stop with a push of your hand. But instead of a trip to your local grocery store, we need them to take us to space past the orbit. Designing and manufacturing one of them takes years and billions of dollars of investment. Given the inherent difficulties and the challenges that come with it and a failed Starship launch test back in May 2020, SpaceX had their work cut out for them. SpaceX's crown jewel was supposed to carry civilians out to space. However, christening this dream proved to be a difficult challenge to propel. The engines at the time were insufficient. Hence, Raptors were introduced back in 2009. Raptors were designed to power the new reusable space vehicle SpaceX is building. Combined, these powerful engines can support a load of a vehicle that can carry 100 people at once to space, possibly as far as the moon. Raptor made its first flight test in 2019, with designs constantly tweaked to make them what they are in Raptor 2. The Raptor engines have had a design upgrade. Instead of having a single preburner, the Raptor features one oxidizer-rich and one fuel-rich preburner compartment. Within its combustion chamber that generates the thrust needed to fly, the fuel burns at a temperature hot enough to melt its wall, creating a powerful ripple effect of pressure, and the exhaust is expelled at 10 times the speed of sound. No doubt with features like this, it surpasses any engine currently in use and in the market. A giant feather in SpaceX's cap was placed when their methane-based engine became the first ever to have successfully completed a test flight. Now that doesn't only give Elon bragging rights, it also gives us all bragging rights as advancements ultimately benefit us all. Not that Elon has a scarcity when it comes to having bragging rights. Not unlike the Raptor engines, Elon Musk has been on fire, with record-breaking success and innovations coming out right, left, and center. So you've constantly heard me talk about how powerful these engines are, the billion advancements and tweaks that have gone into them. What does that really mean? How powerful are these engines? Pray to tell, counselor. The short of it is that it boasts a power of 11 million horsepower. Again, I'm probably sullying your ears with jargon you probably don't understand. Stay the pitchforks, please. Let us give you a simple comparison to start you off. To generate this much power, you would need the equivalent of 4 Hoover Dams. And that much power is generated by one single engine, weighing a fraction of what Hoover Dam weighs. The Raptor engine weighs 1.5 tons, and Hoover Dam weighs more than 6,600,000 tons. And you would need 4 of them to generate 11 million horsepower. I think we've made our point. But let us give you another, something more in leagues of how much Raptor engines weigh. Take, for example, the Bugatti Veyron, titled the world's most powerful sports car. It has an engine of 0.5 tons, but the power generated by it is only 1,200 horsepower. In around 1 ton of difference, the Raptor is producing about 20 times the power. Mind blown. Just hear this. As recent as October, SpaceX has conducted a flight test of its most advanced engine to date. Raptor 2 made history, becoming the most powerful engine to ever have been tested before the engine combusted. While that comes as a disappointment, these failings are an essential part of the learning process and allow the smart researchers at SpaceX to modify the design flaws and correct the oversight. As for what comes for the future, Elon Musk has already announced flight tests scheduled in January or at the latest, February. As such, SpaceX has begun construction on a launching pad in Florida. That's it for this video. We hope you liked it and were able to take away some new information. If so, don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe if you want more content like this delivered to your homepage. Also, don't forget to tap that bell icon if you want to be the first to know when we upload and bring you new content.